Welcome to CL with LS, that thing that is kind of a show and that no one will ever watch. Uh, Obviously I'm not playing CL, we're going to be watching some CL, I'm going to be talking about it, being unable to find anything to say. I don't know who these people are. Their names seem vaguely familiar, especially Mr. Coden, but I don't remember ever playing either of them. Watch this be like two people just doing it for diary on AB or something. Because there is no ABCL. You see there's no little checkbox here where there would be an FL. So everybody is either on manual or risking being matched against someone on manual. So basically everyone's on manual or just doing it for diary. Who else do we have playing? Freda B and SL Ruthless. X Norex and Adu. I recognize Adu from the other day, and Prophetess. Adu is the only one I can readily picture a formation for, and that's only because I saw him the other day. Alright, let's see what we have here. No monks. We really are turning into JAO. Kinda sad. I mean, you would see a lot of people without monks and CL normally anyway, but this is excessive just from a metagame standpoint. Which one is this? Okay, I've got them right. Carissa is probably gonna be okay here, as sounds like she, I'll just say she, has plenty of sources of awakening even without a monk. Coden, on the other hand, his only awakening is the Patriot, and potentially stimulants from the main, but it's a staff main, so it's hard-pressed for AP, so that's not going to be too much of a factor. Although he does have the Exorcist here, but the Exorcist will die really fast in CL. Probably in the next few turns, actually, because that's where he's going to go. Especially if it doesn't guard. It will guard, though. Guards. And then, Camaraderie on the front. Yep. I think I've made my feelings about that pretty clear. I think it's horrible. That people should almost never do it, and people almost always do it. Carissa should heal this sheriff. There you go. Because even though a lot of his awakening, he has awakening here and purification here, he doesn't want his back row to be, and now he's fine. I said I was going to say she, and now I'm saying he. Whatever. This person. Gender-neutral person avatar thing. I should probably not do that. Forest prison on the front. Carissa has no HG at all, just this purification and empowering control. It shouldn't matter too much because this guy has no monk. Although Carissa's stun pressure, well, no, he has fine stun pressure because he has two guns. What am I talking about? Yeah, this should go to Carissa convincingly, just from a stun perspective. And pretty soon that front is going to die unless it keeps guarding every turn, in which case, if it keeps guarding every turn, he's going to run out of AP on the back. And you see with the back things not guarding, the generals... excuse me. The general... The Green Dragon Rage from the general, combined with their not being able to guard because the front is guarding every turn, is making them vulnerable to this dual gun. And you see Mr. Coden... Why do people have to have such ridiculous names? Said the guy named Itaritz. You see Mr. Coden is just taking a lot more damage overall. This FP is pretty good in CL, but even without Holy Guard, see, the reason this is still a viable match is that, as I said, Carissa doesn't have Holy Guard, so he can't do anything about this freezing atmosphere or the AoEs or even the forest prison. It doesn't look like it's going to matter, though, because one of the front stopped guarding, and so the entire front is now being obliterated by the bonus damage from Camaraderie. Stun on the Elementalist. He's going to have to put Camaraderie on the back if he wants to get rid of that, in which case the main will die as soon as that Druid does, because whatever's on the back will get focused down by everything, the Molindo especially. Weapon rend on the window. That's good. It's not going to help though. Should have done that earlier, I guess. Although actually, he could have worked around that with the puppeteer, and he really has nothing to capitalize on it with. But it wasn't like he was going to attack the champion anyway. Silence misses on the vampire there. Silence does miss a lot in CL. That's one thing to take into consideration. One reason I prefer to have an exorcist in CL, even though it is so weak. See, that front would never be in that condition if he hadn't done Camaraderie. And I don't understand why you would cast Camaraderie on that anyway when you're only... Well, he has a staff main, but he used Flame Blow on it. When your primary healing is the vampire, which works in lines, so you're encouraging... lines, it's all lines. Works in columns. So you're encouraging row damage while you heal in columns. You should try to encourage column damage so you can heal it away, especially in such a spike-based thing. Now, see, this is an interesting thing you can do. If he had Holy Guard or Purification, he could get rid of that silence, use Empowering Control to give the activation back to that general, and do the strikes again, possibly as many as 3 times in one turn. And that's one reason that Puppeteer and General are such a powerful combination in CL, and you see a lot of more offense-focused builds using that kind of thing. That's not the primary reason. I mean, they both have a lot of other uses, reasons to use them, but that's just one more neat perk. We didn't see it this time, though, because the Puppeteer was silenced. Freezing Atmosphere one more time, sealing the melee. You know, I haven't seen any purification from a window that I can remember. It might have purified the front once, but this Freezing Atmosphere is kind of tearing up Carissa here more than it should, even without Holy Guard. It's not going to make a difference though, because there is not enough time left in the match, and that's another thing. I hate not being able to tell what the time is when I'm not in the league myself. I'm not used to that, because usually when I'm watching a match, it's because I've finished my match, or my opponent has been disqualified or something. So I have the time until the next match right there. And yeah, Mr. Coden is dead. Pretty predictable match. There just wasn't enough awakening to cover against something with 2 guns that could withstand. Well, I mean, actually, that was... Carissa's formation was essentially the best that I've already forgotten his name. Coden, I think, was something like that, could have hoped for, short of just full melee, because he had no HG. He did have a lot of melee, even though he wasn't full melee. I don't even think he had active healing other than Empowering Control. So, yeah, I don't know what Coden was hoping for. Probably TBS points from Diary. Let's see, who do we have here? Adu versus Dear Carissa. Gee, I wonder who's gonna win that. Hint, Adu. Let's look at these guys. You know, this is not what I clicked on. That's just a bug it has. I think I'm in the right one. X-Titan X versus Freda B. Let's see what they have to offer. In before no monks. That's always fun. I say Adu's gonna win just because he is a monk. that's not the only reason. But come on. Come on, they've had plenty of time. Start the thing. Start the thing. There we go. Yeah, I don't play CL on this patch, and the reason I don't is because, one, I don't like the way that staff main plays in CL when it doesn't have Flame Blow, and I don't have the slots for Flame Blow the way I run it, or the points to make use of it in, well, Oh, we'll talk about that between the matches. Okay, again, no monk from either player. Vampires from both players. Empress over here. AFK over here, maybe? Missed a turn. Taoist over here. Elementalist. This is looking kinda AFK. Titan AFK. Well, even if he comes back now, he's probably boned. So, let's find someone who's not AFK. I know I said, or at least implied, we wouldn't watch this one. Oh well. Let's see if my prediction turns out to be correct. I remember both of these forms pretty well, because we just saw Carissa. And Adu is that cannon guy with the Valk and Lady Knight front, the Cannoneer and the Patriot, who should not have a Cannoneer because he's a cannon main, and he could have something better there like a Druid, but it's alright. See, this is how Camaraderie should be used on the back, so that you don't have to... Adu, didn't you have a monk yesterday? No, I guess you didn't. Alright, well, never mind. I take it back. It's anyone's game, folks. I shouldn't be so hard on people who don't have monks. I mean, it is CL after all. If I think they should have monks, I should start playing again, I guess, and make them have monks. But Adu loses a merc without doing very much in return. Bit of pressure in the form of seals and things, but it doesn't seem to be forcing... I got them backwards. Doesn't seem to be forcing... Okay, now I'm confused. That threw me off somehow. Doesn't seem to be forcing Carissa to do anything that he doesn't want to do anyway. It's because yesterday Adu was over here, and the last match Carissa was over here. This is why we should just do it like this. Okay, now I'm no longer confused. Yeah, he can just silence the back. Now, actually, he just used Blessing, so he can't. But he can kill that Patriot, actually, since it got stunned. This is why you need a monk, folks. Wait, what are they talking about? Little nice silence dodge. You mad, implying that would have helped. Actually, it would have, because he was on combo 2 over here, but he could have just blessinged it with the Empress, which I think he did anyway. So, you mad. Adu mad. I mean, he's probably got a point, though, but... Again, with the camaraderie on the front, I hate that. I should make people stop doing that, too. I should play CL so that people will stop using camaraderie on the front and start having monks. You know what? I still like Adu for this. Honestly, well, maybe not after this turn. I always say that at the beginning of the turn the turn of the person I'm saying is behind, and then they get ahead because they have 5 activations to use. Yeah. Nope. Well, actually, he's not getting much done with this. Okay, Patriot died. Yeah, I've got to give this to Carissa. If this were FL, it would... I don't know, that's a lot of damage for FL. But yeah, I've got to still give this to Carissa. Because Adu has no defense left. He only has those 2 tanks, really. And one of them died, and then he started dying properly. You know, I was thinking about this earlier. Maybe the reason that Adu casts camaraderie on the front so often is because his healing is horizontal, and possibly another reason he has this Oracle instead of a vampire is for synergy with the Lady Knight with Divine Slash. We see that these have Vortex on them. So that could be part of his reasoning there, and probably is. I don't know if that's a choice that he made, that he wanted to go for that kind of thing, or if he just can't afford a vampire. But I mean, that's, if you're gonna have to have an Oracle, that's a pretty synergistic way to use one. But as you can see, just completely dead. Is there anyone in CL who has a monk? Prophetess, do you have a monk? Let's see what Coden is doing. Coden was the other guy in the first match. I don't remember what he uses. Alright, he's staff. Prophetess is staff too, and has a monk and is losing. Alright, next match we're watching Prophetess, because it makes me sick to see no one having a monk in PvP. Everything's turning into ABFL. Again, that's not fair at all, because this new Awakening HD dynamic we have with Patriot and Roro and stuff like that, it is very interesting. It just, I don't understand it as well as I understand the previous dynamic, and so I can't see whatever intricacies there are in it yet. I'm sure that there are intricacies to it, but I just can't see them very well yet, and that's part of the reason for this series, is I want to give myself some incentive to watch these things and talk about them and think about them in preparation for when I do return to PvP. So we see victory from Coden. Can't really tell why. Come on, takes so long. Anyway, I was saying, I don't do CL on this patch or non-ABFL because of how my main is set up right now. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to show the skills. Where are they? There they are. Yeah, because of how my main is set up, I can't have... If I were to run staff for PvP, I would do it with full healing talents. I would do Blessing of Life and Princess Order, and then have... that's what I was doing. I was trying to get to the talents. Then have Healing Touch, all 10 levels. And as you can see, that's not what I have. I have it set up for TBS, and there's probably a match starting. Prophetess. Where's Prophetess? I said we were going to watch Prophetess. Prophetess has left. Gotten her TBS points. We're going to watch Kothar, because he is the new Div 1 person. Anyway, as you can see there, when I looked at my talents, I'm instead set up for buff talent. And even though talents have a minuscule effect in CL, I hate having the wrong talent for the kind of thing I'm going to be doing, and I hate having Brutal Will taking up a slot there. Like, I would want to have Blessing of Life, Mana Shield, Guard, Dispel, Princess Order, and Flame Blow here, or Hex of Darkness for Hellflame. I did that for a while. That was fun. But yeah, I don't have the slots with Brutal Will in there, and because I have Brutal Will at 80 for TBS, I don't want to get rid of that. Anyway, to this match. Freda B over here, Kothar over here. Kothar has absolutely no awakening at all, so this should, by rights, go to Freda B by default. Stop doing that. Just use Dawn Harmony. Seriously. Ugh, camaraderie. Drives me nuts. Use your stun pressure. Freda B should just be... Well, I like that guarding the main, actually. But should be using this activation, not to put camaraderie, but to put stun pressure, which... It's not even stun pressure, it's just stun counters, because Kothar has absolutely nothing he can do about it, unless he wants to stimulant with main every turn, which wouldn't even work, even if he did want to spend that much on CL. No one uses stimulants in CL until you get to like the absolute most try-hard Div 1s, like me. Like, and the occasional tier 0s who... Does he have a Cannoneer? Yeah. that's that's a cannoneer. What is this? Titan Grand Finals like number 8 or whatever one it was, where the guy just used Seth Will. Come on, man. This is not ABFL. That's actually really good in ABFL. If this were ABFL, this would be absolutely fine. But this is CL. Jesus Christ. The state of CL, man. I don't even. I do not even. Chaos Factor. Let's look at this guy. Sometimes Div 3 people in CL can be entertaining. Div 3 is where you find a lot of the wild shot builds and stuff like that. Stuff like Saw Main, 7 Gunners, and a Princess. Just 5 wild shots every turn. Bam, bam, bam. Occasionally stop to awaken. That was only 3 BAMs. See what I did there? Yeah, I bet nobody likes that joke. I like that joke, though. It's a good joke. Actually, I think it was more than 3 BAMs, but whatever. For a minute, I thought he had a monk, and I was like, why is Div 3 better than Div 1? Again, with the camaraderie on the front. You know, that's actually not as bad in CL as it is in FL. I shouldn't give people so much crap for that, especially when they have oracles. But I guess what I'm really giving them crap for is not having any better source of awakening that doesn't cost them not only an activation and therefore a portion of their damage, but also gives their enemy bonus damage. And you know, you can't even really stop a stun with camaraderie because it doesn't unless you wait until it's at stun, because it only removes 1 combo a turn, which is as many as they can put on. So when it wears off, you're in the same position that you were before, except you've used 1 less activation or 1 more activation on defense than they have, and you've taken 20% more damage. Stop using camaraderie on the front. You freaking idiots who win anyway. Stop winning after you do that. Not moving fast enough over here. Do I even have them right? Yeah. Chaos Factor, Scarlet Dawns. Scarlet Dawns. Quit. Actually, that's fine because it's a very strong front. And Oracle. So, yeah, that was... a case could be made that was effective bait. It was certainly effective. At any rate, if I'm going to go into poetry here, or perhaps not poetry, rhyming. Yeah, Cannoneer on the center. We're gonna have to awaken that. You know, actually, Chaos Factor could come back here if he does exactly what he's doing now and puts on adequate stun pressure to force a camaraderie on the middle, and the next turn he might, depending on AP, be able to kill that middle line with the exception of the pirate, because it looks like he's going to get a line break. What was that for? I don't know why he just moved the Patriot and the Prophet. That just seemed like a waste of AP, because neither was in any danger. But anyway, this is going to be a critical turn because it's going to come down to combos, really. If he gets a very good combo with the Cannoneer and with the main or the Spartan or whatever he attacks this with, because that's what he's going to do. He's going to attack here with the Cannoneer and here with everything else, basically, until this dies, and then he's going to kill the middle row there. But probably not going to be able to do anything with it, because the reason that you would do that would be to get access to the back row with a freeze or a silence or something. And no, he's not even going to kill... Oh, yes he will, because main is really strong. Actually, it's going to come down to the proc. I don't know how... Okay, nope, stays alive. See, that was very close, but if that had worked, Chaos Factor would have won, I think, because Scarlet, actually, I think he's won anyway because Scarlet Dawn has no activations because of that weird move that he did with. I like how everyone is he, even though they're probably she, but I don't care, I can't tell. Anyway, because of this weird move that he did with switching two things that didn't need to switch and costing them extra AP. So he only got 2 activations, so he couldn't kill the druid, which is what I was going to say earlier, was that to capitalize on that line break, Chaos Factor needed Force Prison. And actually, time ran out, and I have no way of telling that other than, I could just look at the time. Maybe that would be a good idea. GF. Good job. No, I mean that seriously. People, if you don't watch StarCraft, this is how it works. You say GG when you lose or when they say GG. You don't say GG when you win and they don't say anything. That is an insult. That is how it works. Freda B versus Adu. Anybody else in Div 1? No, I guess we're going to watch you get. Again with the glitch, not watching Fractoid versus Nuclear Raven, although those are much better names. Those are amazing names. Which division? I don't even see them. Oh, there they are. They're right there. Div 6. Okay, no, we're not going to watch that. If they were Div 2 or Div 3, I would totally have watched that instead of this. I forget even who it was. Adu and somebody. Freda B and Adu. Yeah, 2 canon mains with puppeteers, I think. So, I mean, you see a lot of that kind of thing in CL. I didn't know how much until I did this. But yeah, apparently you see a great deal of that. Come on, pop up with the thing on the right side. And quickening on the left there, I do get that because it hit both the guns and the main, which is what he wanted. Okay, so we're on the correct side. I was going to say right, but this is the left, and that would have thrown me off. We are not anywhere. You are where you are. I am here. This is correct. This is also here and there. Okay. Yeah, I do like that, unorthodox quickening spread. I would have liked it better if the main was in the center here, and this was... Well, no, then he would have gotten both guns. But I would have liked it better if it could hit the main, Roro, and one of the guns. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I was gonna say this guy should have who is this? Freda. I was gonna say Freda was wishing he had an exorcist, but there's actually no staff source of awakening here, so that wouldn't help with stun at all. And now we're going to see something I talked about in the, I believe I called it garbage CL commentary recording test or something like that, where if you attack back row under camaraderie with cannons, the back row under camaraderie dies to the cannons. We're probably going to see that right now. Guard that. You don't need to empower and control yet. Yeah, guard that. You don't want to do Odin's Chain when the guns are, or the middle here. You want to wait until there's no ocean thingamajig, and then do this line. Oh, no, apparently you don't. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine, because... yeah, because that doesn't leave him with a lot he can do this turn. He can heal the middle line, which he should, and then he forces him to debuff with the Elementalist, and probably go for a spike there, and then he... Oh, I didn't realize that was on combo too. Well, it doesn't really matter because he can do camaraderie in the middle, and well, no, he can't. He's gonna have to. Well, Adu doesn't have many activations left. He's got to remove that with Empress Blessing, empower and control that. Camaraderie the middle leaves him 2 activations to attack with. I would main attack the middle for stun pressure, and I don't know what else. Probably what's it called? Signet the guns, because that will have led to the sheriff having to not attack for... Did I get it exactly right? No, he didn't camaraderie the middle. He should have. Man, for a second I thought I was going to get it exactly right. You know, it's actually fine, because he doesn't have any way to snipe that. Well, no, I won't say it's fine, because he could have gone after that with the main and the Taoist, but I actually like this better anyway. So props to Adu for predicting more effectively than I did what Fredo was going to do, and I really like Adu's position in this now. He's put great pressure on these last few turns. Although now he's suffering for his lack of HG, because he had that 1 HG and he had to use it to get rid of freezing atmosphere so he could save the Lady Knight. And now he is losing 2 of his lines to Forest Prison and Vital. That is what it's called, right? Vital Seal. Vital Seal. Yep. Lost 2 of his lines there. I find it interesting that he didn't Empress Blessing this away. I guess these guys have enough AP to act or will next turn. And he wanted the extra damage from not doing that. I guess I can understand that. Again, it depends on the state of the AP. I don't know what their AP is. I don't remember these guys doing much, so they're probably okay. This guy's been stunned for a while. Zap! What a great name for a cannoneer. Yeah, 4 activations. Well, I mean, that would have saved him from Blazing Earth. I think he should have Emperor's Blessing, actually. Unless he's saving counters for a curse, which is a silence. I'm calling things all these different names, but I mean, you'll figure it out. Yeah, which he actually might be, because he's going for a line break there in the middle and will probably get it. What was that? He's trying to use that to save the Patriot. I don't think that's going to work, because even with that spread... Oh, it might... Yeah, in conjunction with Dawn Harmony, that'll save the Patriot for another turn. That's good. The Valkyrie's dead, though. But there's no Druid from Adu, so the line break doesn't matter too much. It only matters insofar as the Empress can silence the back row, which is a decently sized deal. It's not a huge death blow. Well, I guess it kind of is when the Patriot dies, but the Patriot won't die yet, and the silence won't come yet because Freyda got a scroll of silence himself or herself, and so what the hell? I thought that was 143 for a moment. I'm like, how does Adu have a 143 mercenary? Nope, that is not what is happening. That silence actually hurt Adu pretty badly, because he would have wanted that turn to use Camaraderie back here to get his Puppeteer awake so he could do damage control here, but Freyda might actually win because of that Scroll of Silence. I would use a Stimulant now. I don't think Adu's going to, because here comes the silence on the back, because most people don't in CL because it costs money, and most people don't take CL seriously. Like I said, it's only the most tryhard of tryhards who use stimulants in CL, such as myself and people in Tier 0. And trying to think who else. I don't even think SS uses stimulants in CL. Part of that is that they're usually not that great in CL. But, oh, over. Okay. Who even won? Freyda won, like I said. Okay, now we're finally going to be able to watch one where I will kind of know what the time is if I do the camera vertically so that I have space for this window, which is one reason why I play vertically, is so that I can leave this window open while I'm in League, so I don't have to look at the people in server chat who are like, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left when it's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, and that's not helpful. Good for Rogue. Alright, what do we got? Freyda. Dallas Dator. I know that guy. Kind of. Well, that's the only Beer Devil BR is level cap, so must be on AB to be in Div 3. Gadian Troniac. Those are... Gadian's name is familiar. Actually, you know what? This is the last one. Let's watch Nuclear Raven. Oh, nope. Apparently we're starting. Okay, whatever. Too bad the one match where I will be able to see the time is the one... Oh, we are in Nuclear Raven. Okay, I was like, wow, for Div 2 or whatever it was, these guys don't have very good marks, but... Okay, this is Div 6, and what do you know, we see monks. This is actually the kind of thing I'm much more comfortable commentating. With only one gunner, I don't like the wild shot, because it just makes the gunner not able to get as many activations, because it takes more AP. The only reason to do the wild shot is for the damage, which is only valuable over the stun if you have a lot of them. The consistency is more valuable than the focus damage in most cases. A very balanced form here from Family Raid. Let's look at Nuclear Raven. Higher grade stuff. Not as... I don't know. I just don't... well, he's got the Empress. So, I mean, just on a tech basis, he should win just by virtue of the Empress. Although, in practice, it's not going to help him much. Note that he is Solomane, but cannot awaken because he's below 120. So, I mean, people say level doesn't matter in CL. It actually, in cases like that, it does, because you don't have the skill yet. Freezing, and again with the wild shot. See, I don't remember if it was the piercing damage that they removed from wild shot or the random damage. I think it was the random damage, and it's still piercing. And in that case, there's no real reason to use it against the Viking like that, because the Viking's weakness is its MDef, and piercing ignores MDef. At any rate, Nuclear Raven is dying. Oh, Elementalist. I didn't even mention the Elementalist. That should be his real advantage here. Tanking with the Viking, that is that Viking seriously going to live? Holy crap. Probably doesn't have AP though, so not really that important. Although it's not completely insignificant, unlike FL where it would just die to DOT. Man, this vid is still terrible. Nobody plays CL. I guess I need to do FL with LS instead of CL with LS, which sucks because FL sucks. Yeah. Okay. Freeze on the back. That's probably going to be game. I mean, he can kill both sides here. Or he can just go for the main. I mean, it wouldn't really have gotten him anything to kill that side because his own Viking is dead, so he can't do anything to the back except kill it, which, I mean, he'd have to just kill the main anyway. That's where it's going, so I guess I get that. Lightning Spear. What level is that? Okay, so it would have the Lightning Spear hit 3 even outside of CL. That was one reason I got into CL very early in the game, was that in CL, Lightning Spear is... all skills are fixed to the level 100 upgrade, I think. And so Lightning Spear hits 3 instead of 2 in CL, no matter what level your actual merc is. So I was using a Spearman for the longest time, and it was much more effective in CL because it hit 3 instead of 2. Just a little distant backstory on LS there. Yeah, I don't think it would have helped. Which one is this? Nuclear Raven. To, see, that's an insult. I'm mad. Not good. Don't do that. You're winning. You wait for him to say it. Then you say it. If he says it. If he doesn't say it, you don't say anything. Not that it really matters in Division 6, but you gotta start somewhere. StarCraft, apparently, is where you start. Bet you didn't know that. Let's see if I can oh, nope, everybody's done. Okay. Let's watch the dramatic battle of some Div 9 guy and a doppelganger that's still going. I bet this is the doppel. Yep, some Div 9 guy losing to a doppelganger in CL. A doppelganger on the front line, which he could literally have attacked with every single activation he got and won, no matter what. Because doppels don't know that their mains are important. They don't know anything. I think they move completely randomly. They're basically on auto battle. No surprise there. They have no special AI. They're just on auto battle. What was the other one? Let's watch the dramatic battle of two Div 9 guys, both of whom probably might as well be doppels. Well, no, at least this is showing some. Kill the monk, kill the monk, kill the monk, kill the monk, kill the monk. Nope, kill the monk. Actually, if he used the prophet last turn, that's a decent choice. Oh, well, it prevented the activation on the exorcist, so yeah, that's fine. He knew more about this guy's AP than I did, because I just entered the match and had no idea what he did last turn. See, I love that. Oh, over. Okay, that was CL with LS. Zonk. No, thank you. Wait, how do I stop?